Are there Bitcoin bubbles in Chile?
Not so many. I mean, I think my theory is that we kind of had like more of a stable economy for many years. Like we were doing good, okay in a way. Um, so I guess people tend to search for this kind of options when you're struggling, sadly, or when you are very like in a maybe more even more privileged position where you can like invest and you're looking for that kind of things. And so I think people are attracted or by number go up or by the use case when you are struggling. In Chile we were like in the middle, so I that's my theory, that I don't know, but now sadly people are struggling more. The pandemic hit us very hard. These strikes that we had before the pandemic were very very hard on us. So I have started to see more. I'm trying to join every group that I find, and also maybe we're not the most friendly Latin Americans, so maybe we're not that outgoing maybe. So for example, for me it was like, why would I join this group? I don't know these people. And now I'm like, of course, rethinking this, like, no, wait, we have to do the movement. Like someone has to do it. Like if no one does it, then it doesn't happen. And I think people are coming on to this idea, and it's getting a bit more attraction, and yeah, but it's very special. There was a weird thing that happened in Chile. So it's one of the only countries where all the banks got together behind doors, of course, and they all closed the exchanges accounts from one day to another. So today the exchange was working, and the other day the accounts were closed. So the exchanges couldn't operate. So what happened is they started a lawsuit saying this is illegal. And luckily, the judge said, okay, in the meantime, we decide if this is illegal or not. You have to open the accounts. What happened is we got a lot of news where people thought, okay, this Bitcoin stuff is clearly like a scam. Like, look at this trial they're having, and the banks are closing the accounts. It got a really, really bad image. And also, not any like this closed the opportunity for companies or new companies to start, because no bank would open a new account. They were forced to open to these guys because they already had these accounts, but no new one could enter the ecosystem. So, and this trial has been going on for like, I don't know, like 3 years or more. I think it's just now it's ending, and probably the exchanges will win. But this created a really, really weird atmosphere in the country, I think, and it also had maybe an impact on why there is less adoption in Chile.
Oh wow, wow. So what efforts are you trying to do to spread adoption in Chile, considering you're dealing with all of these issues?
Yeah, myself. Well, first I'm trying to build my like brand. I started this year working for a Bitcoin company, so I'm trying to be more like only Bitcoin and more independent, because it's hard when you're an artist. So I was very focused on that. Like I need people to see my art, and if I get more opportunities, I can do something. I would love to do a project. I'm trying to build it, but I don't know how to make it that can mix this kind of art and call of attention with education. So I would love to have like what they're doing with my first Bitcoin stuff, and something like that. But of course, I would have to find the finance for doing that. So
Sure.
I'm trying to be more strong in my position and to connect with the other Bitcoiners, with other people. I'm trying to get into, I don't know, like every meetup I see, like trying to connect with real people. In the meantime, where I'm trying to work in this other stuff that I think might be something. Because the other day, for example, a friend of mine, she was walking down the street, so there was this like how do you call when they sell like the vegetables in the street? Like it was Sunday in the morning, and it was like a
Like a farmer's market or something
it's
like that.
yeah, Yeah, I always forget that, the farmers market, yeah, something like that, and it's like way more informal. So people don't give they don't pay the taxes. They just sell you in the street, something like that. And so she took a picture and she sent me the picture, and it was like this lady. She said like, accept credit card, accept cash, I accept Bitcoin. And that's something really new happening in Chile. That's not, you can't see that everywhere. So I want to actually be able to go to these people, to start talking, to start and yeah, like trying to help, because I know this would help their position so much. Like people who are living on a paycheck, like month to month, they cannot invest. These are the people that are getting more poor and poor and poor, and the people who have more money are protected. The system protects them.
Yeah.
So I would love to do something like that. I have a lot of ideas. I have to like focus and then start building. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting when if you ever get a chance, if you haven't already, and to anyone out there watching or listening, go to the Bitcoin Beach podcast. That's Michael Peterson, and he really talked. I mean, that's where they started the circular economy here in El Zonte, which then helped spread around the country, which then helped, Bukele learned about it, and that was one of the beginnings of how then El Salvador made it legal tender. And I think that learning that the little circular economies is the key. The little market where, your friend starts taking Bitcoin, and then the other merchant across the street, and they all start accepting it, and people start knowing it. And also then you advertise this to the Bitcoiners, because what you're seeing in El Salvador is the best example is there's now like Bitcoin tourism. And there's people are like I first came here in June, and I rented a surfboard with Bitcoin, and I just wanted to do that experience. I wanted that experience, and then there's a Telegram group, and I think there's the Orange Pill app, and I forget, there might even be like an app or a website where you can just start listing globally all the places that take Bitcoin. And that's kind of key for people to see like how much this is spreading. Even the town I'm staying in, El Tunco, which is a little surf town, and it's about 15-20 minutes away from El Zonte. When I first came here in June, El Tunco didn't have as many stores that accepted Bitcoin. And now that I'm here in February, I'm already noticing more. There's a gym that opened up that takes Bitcoin. There's several different little coffee shops and restaurants that are now taking it that didn't used to. I've even seen little street vendors that sell little bracelets and necklaces and tourist stuff like this. And they have a little sign like your friend has that says Visa, MasterCard, and Bitcoin. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Like this is, and I think that's the key, I think, is to just like focus on that one, have your friend focus on that one market and get more people in that market in Chile to start doing it. And that seems to be what's working. I don't know. That's because like they did that in Berlin, El Salvador, which is now they're calling it Bitcoin City. And that is like in 9 months, they've got 100 merchants in this little town up in the mountains in the eastern part of El Salvador. It's like amazing. And it's again, it's like an organization like Me Premier Bitcoin. But I think an organization like that is helpful in doing that.